TIL arsenic was known to be dangerous and addictive in the Victorian era, but small amounts in the form of edible wafers were thought to not only be safe but to help one achieve that sought-after pale complexion, giving the skin an indescribable brilliancy according to advertisements. People have historically used toxic chemicals recreationally, medicinally and for beauty: arsenic, strychnine, nicotine, belladonna, mercury, alcohol, ethylylphenol, isopropanol, methanol, opium, wormwood thujone, acetaminophen. Small doses can be safe, beneficial, intoxicating, but slightly larger doses can be quite harmful or deadly, and the margin between safe and deadly can be quite small. If I'd killed him when I met him by sharing the crown deals with this. The historical part of the novel deals with a woman accused of killing her husband with arsenic. What really happened was that he was addicted to arsenic, and when he was ill she withheld it, and that what killed him. I have no idea if that is real or was made up for the book. Humans are so weird. When work for most people meant being out in the sun all day, pale was the thing, because that would show you had the wealth and privilege to be inside all day. Then, as work moved inside to factories and offices, tan became the thing, since it showed you had the wealth and privilege to lay around in the sun all day. Dorothy L. Sayers taught me about arsenic. Apparently in its powdered form, one can build up a tolerance to it to the point of being able to consume safely what would be a lethal dose to someone not so accustomed to it. Harriet Vane almost went to the gallows for murder using arsenic, until Lord Peter proved her innocence. It was also used, as copper acetate triarsenite, as a very cheap permanent pigment called Paris green or emerald green. This went into everything from fabrics and artificial flowers to sweets and blancmange. The UK finally regulated the levels of arsenic in food in 1903. Google the radium girls if you really want to be freaked out. Achieve that sought-after pale complexion, giving the skin an indescribable brilliancy according to advertisements. Nothing gives a man an Irish toothache quite like the pale visage of a woman microdosing poison. Can confirm. Arsenic poisoning gave me nice milky white complexion. Made me so exhausted I passed out lifting a milk jug though. Never heard of it being addictive though. I remember a story about Butte, Montana, where a reporter in the 1800s wrote that the women there were the most beautiful in the world. Because they have all that arsenic poisoning. Well, we still do that kind of shit. Botox is literally one of the most potent toxic substances we know, and people use that stuff to try to make themselves prettier. Haha, though some Victorians eating poison to get beautiful looking skin. What morons now, you'll have to excuse me, I have to go get my Botox injection. Toodles. And the Boston Diocese used to swap in the wafers for the body of Christ during the summers to make sure their constituents stayed wide enough during the summers. Taking small amounts of poison is supposed to keep you safe from getting poisoned? Didn't Rasputin practice something like that? Arsenic must be good shit. Makes me wonder what terrible things are in our products currently, and future people will look back and be amazed we actually used those chemicals. Wait until you hear about Botox. Literally the most toxic compound known to man, and we inject it in people's face. We aren't so different. No judgment. In 2023 people are injecting Botox into their faces to, maybe I should say, wrinkle-free. Women use it to get a pale complexion. That's where the term drop dead gorgeous comes from. Eventually they died. This is why I never believe what they say. Unless it came from the doctor I trust, I don't believe in your remedy. These would probably sell well throughout India and China. They're desperate to be as white as possible there. This kind of thing makes me wonder whether there are things like this we do today without realizing the danger. I'm thinking we yearn for death, and that's why we are addicted to literal poisons and toxic chemicals. Fun fact: arsenic trioxide is used to treat a type of acute leukemia, acute promyelocytic leukemia. Trust the science. Along with radioactive toothpaste OFC, and wash it down with some thalidomide. It gives your skin a waxy pallor that is so popular with embalmers, morticians and undertakers. Makes me wonder what kind of stuff we use today that will be found to be toxic in the future. Come home to the impossible flavor of your own poisoning. Come home to Dr. Campbell's. I always question putting anything in my mouth with the word arson the name. Never thought I would see safe and arsenic in the same sentence. Everything I hear about the Victorian era sounds like a fever dream. Can't have pimples when you're dead. Checkmate dermatologists. It was used as a performance-enhancing drug back in the day. Reminds me of folks who used to ingest gold in the 1500s. Please give me your comment karma, I need it for our Slovenia. Arsenic injections were used for depression, as well. Sounds like something from the Weird History Channel. Doses solo facit oinanum, the dose makes the poison.